Hi crypto lovers, today we will talk about the Optimism. What is it, why is it interesting, and can we make profit thanks to this project? So here we got the management token, and also this project implements the idea of optimistic rollups. So today we will discuss everything and find out, can we make money on this project? The network is a layer 2 solution designed to offload and scale the Ethereum network. At the moment, the capitalization is 3.664 billion. It is ranked 27th on the market cap website. Circulating supply 957 million. Max supply 4.294 billion. The price ranges from $3.67 to $3.99, and work about it began in 2020. The project has many applications, many partnerships, good funds, and strong team, and also very large liquidity because it is traded on all the top exchanges now. Optimistic rollups are layer 2 protocols designed to extend the throughput of Ethereum's base layer. They reduce computation on the main Ethereum chain by processing transactions off-chain, offering significant improvements in processing speeds. Optimistic rollups also write transactions to Ethereum as cold data, reducing gas costs for users. As computation is the slow, expensive part of using Ethereum, optimistic rollups can offer up to 100 times improvements in scalability. But how do optimistic rollups interact with Ethereum? Rollups make a transaction with ready-made data packages prepared outside the Ethereum network. It is managed by a set of smart contracts deployed on the Ethereum network. I want to compare this process to assembling a Lego set. For example, you have got a partially assembled construction. Let's say it's a dinosaur. All parts are made of the same material. You need to assemble a jaw which is complex in design. Will you assemble it on a ready dinosaur body, or will you prepare these blocks separately and install it together with a head part? Optimistic rollups works the same way. They process the transactions and send them in a ready-made package to an expanded Ethereum contract. There, this volume of data is included in the block and processed as the entire structure, while the segmented fragments of this would take up more computing power. How does this work in practice actually? In order to interact with Optimism, first of all, you need to add a MetaMask to the Optimism network. Click to add network. Next, we will transfer assets to the Optimism network. Therefore, we are adding a network. You can switch to the Optimism network later because you need to actively make transfers from the Ethereum network now. And next, we switch to the bridge. I already have the cost of Ethereum displayed, which I can transfer. But now this balance is insufficient because the commission also costs money. And now the transfer time is 1 minute, which is very good because it used to take longer, and you need to have a sufficient balance and then approve the transfer and confirm it in your MetaMask. As for the withdrawal menu, as follows: choose a bridge that acts on Optimism, choose Optimism, and transfer it all to the Ethereum network. In general, it works in the opposite direction, but is similar. Also, they have the help center on their website with all the help and details. You can find the link in the description under this video if you really wonder to know more about it. The Optimism team consists of 23 people. It is a confident development team. Carl Flourish, CEO, previously worked with Citibank, Consensus, etc. Brian Avella is the head of the legal department and was the director of Alsis Group, legal consultant at the Maker Foundation, and he had his own law firm, Avella P.C. Kevin Chen was a tech lead at Google and software development manager at Amazon. The team has been developing this project since 2020. The continuous work is underway on the project. GitHub is constantly updated. Within the framework of the roadmap, the project is at stage 8 and implements the next-gen full proof before the stage of multi-proof. The test network, launch, EVM in the main network, and operation of the main network have already been successfully implemented. OP has updated Bedrock, which allows them to implement the idea of a superchain. But the main thing with the startups work, and especially in the cryptocurrency market, it is work with media. Work with marketing, and this project Optimism is also doing well on it. The project conducted 3 generous airdrops. Airdrop number 1 in May 2022. In total, more than 200 million OP were distributed to about 249,000 unique addresses. The amount of OP allocated to each address ran from about 410 to 28,000 OP. They are completely in the market at the moment. As for Airdrop 2, Optimism distributed about 12 million OP to 3.8 thousand unique addresses. Airdrop 3 took place on Monday, September 18th. During the airdrop, about 20 million OP were allocated to 32,000 unique addresses. Generous airdrops after listing could give a participant from $600. Not bad, it is a very good marketing, I suppose. At the moment, the Optimism is in the 8th place among EVM-compatible networks. It has the volume of blocked assets about 913 billion wons and lags behind competitors Arbitrum and Polygon. It is also worth noting that Optimism implements the idea of a superchain. Let's discuss more detailed about this. New teams face the problem of choosing layers to implement their ideas. Later, these teams become dependent on these layers. Optimism creates the opportunity to combine Layer 2 solutions into a single network to launch new projects, which will reduce their dependence and create an opportunity for the rapid development of their ecosystem. In return, Optimism will take part of the commissions charged on these projects. For example, the network token of the Coinbase is already working with a multi-chain. At the moment, the Optimism network is being updated again from Bedrock to Canyon. Canyon includes support for the Shanghai and Capella hard fork and several minor bug fixes. Let's discuss OP allocations. 25% is for the Ecosystem Fund. It is an active program designed to stimulate the development of the collective ecosystem by providing funding to projects and communities. Retroactive financing of public goods. 20%, Retro PGF. Airdrops 19%. The main participants are 19%. It's those people who created this old work. And investors 17%. There is also only an approximate unlock scheme, as the team explains this. The AO can change the unlock scheme at its discretion. This is about risks. In fact, we do not have the rules of the game and therefore clear guidelines as well. Here are some interesting changes in tokenomics. Users were outraged due to changes in the fault pattern. On March 14, there was a response from the team. Based on the table, we can see that the tokens of investors and the team were unlocked in smaller quantities than originally planned, as well as the total issue. If you look at the percentage ratio, you can see that it hasn't changed and is 65% of the team and investors and 35% the rest. But there is a catch. In dynamics, the tokenomics of investors and the team were unlocked faster, albeit in a smaller volume. 13% against 7.21 tokens were marketed ecosystem, etc. We can make some conclusions. Funds have an advantage in voting and impact on overall project and airdrops due to the number of tokens in circulation, and it is a very good factor because the funds are worthy. The decision was made on the market conditions in order to not create the pressure on the sellers. And there is a possibility that the team, in an attempt to circumvent the potential threat from the SEC, decided to leave IDO and allocated a large amount for their airdrop. The team has been buying back part of this amount, for example 10-20% that fell into real hands, and remaining 80-90% are held by affiliated wallets and do not go on sale. Therefore, the cap reaches these values, and the amount allocated for the marketing was distributed only through airdrop. The total amount of investments amounted to $178.5 million. Paradigms on the seed and further rounds, Address and Harvitz on other rounds. Looking at the interaction between OP and Base, perhaps later we will see Coinbase ventures in this list. The price of the funds was 1.5 cents for the seed round, 7.5 cents for the Series A round, and 38 cents for the Series B round. At the moment, the B series has 5 times and Series A has more than 28 times. The seed round has a small amount, that's why we will skip it. So let's consider the optimism from the point of view of the technical analysis. The capitalization is 3.663 billion. This seems like a big amount, but there are only 957 million, or 22% of the emissions in circulation. If we focus on the fact that funds in these ranges bought tokens from airdrops and they have the entire circulating volume, then nothing prevents them from bringing these volumes to the higher levels with the positive work of the team, as it was in Solana, for example. Let's look at the entry points, and if you trust optimism, then you can gain a position already near these values. First of all, I would focus on the control points, which is $1.28. This is important because the largest volumes in the history of trading optimism are here, and it will be still useful to us. Next, let's look at the price levels. We will use the Fibonacci levels to analyze this. Now we see that the optimism trend has broken through the previous resistance zone and is approaching the next zone and is moving between the levels. It is the resistance level, and another interesting thing is the support level, where we can try to get more optimism in case of returning to this zone. This is about minus 25% of the current values. Here I would take the main volume to 50% for optimism. In principle, from these marks we can already see an interesting situation. Optimism returned to them once again. At this level it was traded and goes to the marks that we cannot yet confirm. But this move is quite possible, and if you really trust optimism, then this area deserves your attention. But it will be very dangerous to distribute the entire amount, so it is better to divide the deposit and gain 25% to our second zone with a control point. And so the average price will approach this level, and in case of a rebound, you can easily leave the market. The third zone in optimism is the lowest value zone. It is located at historical minimum levels. Here I would gain another 25% in the position, and then the average optimism price will be near the control point. And if you decide that you made a mistake and optimism doesn't move according to this scenario, but for example moves to this zone, then when you return to the control point, you can easily close a position by breaking even or at a small loss. So to summarize everything, I want to say that this project is interesting and promising one in the point of view of technical analysis, developments, and of course funds. It is very interesting to observe, and you can pay your attention to this thing. But be careful, you need to stick to your risk management and everything will be good. So I'm Emma, thank you so much for watching this video, put your like and subscribe to the channel. See ya!